What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick Noodles coming at you with another great video. This one might be a little bit controversial because we are going to be discussing fake sneakers and why I think fake sneakers are going to be really popular in 2021. Definitely follow my Instagram at NickNoodlesYT. I post a lot of content on there, mainly on my stories and stuff when I don't feel like uploading videos, or if I see, new Supreme news right away, I'll usually post it on my story and give my quick opinion. So definitely stay tuned on that page. Also, thank you so much for 1,900 subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully we get to 2,000 subscribers soon because I do have a giveaway planned, and that will also be announced on my Instagram. So go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and also follow the Instagram while you're at it. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about fake shoes.
Fake shoes, that's that shit I don't like.
So before we get into talking about fake shoes, I created some pictures with a fake and a legit shoe for one model, and I want you all that are watching to try and guess which one is the fake pair. I have 3 sets of shoes, so the first one we're going to be looking at is the Mocha 1. So I'll zoom in on each picture. There's one on the left, and there's one on the right. Which one do you think is the real pair? The real pair is actually on the right. I'll take away the editing and you can see that the left pair is being held by some dude in China, and the right pair is actually being held by Mr. Fomer Simpson in one of his review videos. So let me know if you got that one right. Next, let's look at the Adidas Yeezy Static Black. Some of the lighting is a little bit off. I don't know if that's because of the picture of how it's taking or like the material in real life, but again, left shoe and right shoe. Which one do you think is the real pair? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. The real pair is on the right once again. It's really that's just a stock image of the shoe and what it looks like. I think I got it off StockX, and then obviously the left shoe is some guy holding it in a factory in China somewhere. Last set of pairs we have actually on body, and it is the Chicago 1. This is actually a shoe I'm really interested in getting a fake of just to see, how it holds up in comparison to an actual Jordan 1. So what do you all think? Left pair, is it real? Right pair, is it real? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. The right pair is the real pair. So let me know how you all did on that. Did you get all 3 right? Honestly, if you didn't own those shoes, or you were just looking at them from a distance and you weren't all up on it with like a black light or something, you probably wouldn't know that it was a fake, in my opinion. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video and explain why, I really don't see a problem with fakes, except for a few reasons, which we'll get into. But before we get into that, I want to kind of cover why fakes are popular, or why you might gravitate towards fakes. And it's really just because sneaker hype is at an all-time high right now. There's so many things driving this hype. One, it's super easy to get pairs compared to how it was a few years ago. Platforms like StockX, GOAT, and eBay really stepping up and trying to guarantee authenticity on every single pair. Obviously, they're not able to be 100% because some bad apples go through every once in a while. But for the most part, they're super easy to use, super accessible. Sometimes there's even pretty good prices, especially on eBay and GOAT. And honestly, for a lot of people, they trust in these companies to get them a legit pair. Social media also just blows up shoes every now and then. It's always a joke of like what shoe TikTok girls are going to blow up next. People were kind of saying that they've ruined the Obsidian for everybody, but people that knew the sneaker game knew that anything with a Chicago like color blocking always takes off. Look at Mocha 1s. Those are going to be at Obsidian 1 prices in a few months. So if you're sleeping on that pair right now and you haven't gotten one for your personal and you really want it, now's the time to buy it. It's not going to go down anytime soon. And also, reselling has just become so lucrative with sneakers. It's a legit way to make money and, actually fund stuff in your personal collection. So that's another reason why hype is just so high with sneakers right now. With this hype, there's just so much demand for the shoes. And it's just simple economics right now. There's not enough supply to reach the high level of demand. And because of that, the resale prices on some of these shoes are quite insane. Now, is this necessarily a bad thing? Would it make sense for companies to increase stock on all their releases so that everybody can have a pair? I'm kind of indifferent towards it. Like if companies, release 2 million Jordan 1s on a release and everybody got it and resale was dead, I wouldn't really mind. I do the reselling and the botting right now just because that's part of the game right now, and that's what you have to do in order to get shoes. It's a little bit ridiculous, but I am willing to adapt, and if one day this wasn't an issue, then I really wouldn't care. Because the supply is so limited, because, companies want to create all this hype, resale prices are quite insane, and that's just one reason why people are going to buy reps. So now let's move the discussion to why people are going to buy reps and what I think about reps. So the three main reasons I think to buy fakes or replicas is, one, they're pretty much made in the same place as the real shoe. I'm pretty sure that all shoes are made in China or somewhere in Asia. If you're looking at raw materials of the cost to make these shoes, Nike is having a field day. There's a lot of debate with the cost of engineering the shoe, hiring people to, develop all these different types of technologies that are used in shoes. So, I could understand that. But again, at the end of the day, they are definitely purposefully limiting stock in order to drive up hype. Another reason why, and this is probably the most popular reason why people are going to buy reps, is that they're just so much cheaper than the real deal. It's quite ridiculous how expensive some of these shoes have gotten. Mainly just the super hyped collaborations that were always going to be super limited from the beginning. Every Travis Scott shoe, especially the Dunks, those are a $1,000+ shoe, maybe even closer to $2,000. And you can pretty much get a pretty good looking fake for $100, maybe even less if you know the right places to buy them from. This kind of goes into my last reasoning of why people like reps, and that is just because they're so close to the real thing at this point. It's insane. They're pretty much one-to-one. Some companies even sell UA pairs, which means they were actually made by Nike or Adidas, but they didn't pass some quality control issues, so they were not authorized to be sold. At this point, the UA pairs are pretty much one-to-one, but the actual replicas that people are making from scratch, they're kind of indistinguishable at this point. There's so many stories of fakes going through StockX. Even the experts can't even distinguish them at this point. Obviously, there's a lot of ethical reasons behind buying a fake from someone else, but does it really hurt the parent company? I don't really know. It's your money, so I think you should be able to do what you want to do with it. My personal opinion on reps, I've never owned any replicas, and this is something I want to get into in 2020. I just want to own one pair, and that is a Chicago one, mainly because they're $2,000 my size. And one thing I will never do is spend more than $600 on a pair of shoes. That is a lot of money to spend on shoes. $2,000 is 2 or 3 months of rent. That's literally groceries for half a year, honestly. And that is just an insane amount of money to spend on one pair of shoes. I'm going to be looking into getting a pair of Chicago ones, and unfortunately, a lot of the factories in China are on holiday for Chinese New Year, so I probably won't be able to get an order until late February, meaning I likely won't have a pair to review for you all until March, but stay tuned because that is definitely a video I want to make. But I really do understand the appeal of reps. I'm not going to be someone that comes up to you at the mall and is shining a black light at your feet or using a magnifying glass to find all the imperfections in the stitching. I don't really have problems with reps as long as, one, you're not trying to sell them to other people as an authentic pair of shoes. That is just so fucked up. There's a lot of younger people in the sneaker game that are just getting started with their collection, and they're super naive, and a lot of scammers take advantage of it. It's super fucked up to do. If you're ever on Facebook Marketplace and you see a super hype shoe selling for a quarter of its asking price on StockX, it's literally a fake shoe. I don't understand how people continue to get away with this, because it really just doesn't make sense why someone would sell a dead stock pair of shoes 75% off under market when they could literally cash it out for what it's really worth. I really hate people that try to sell fakes. Another thing that I don't really like, but obviously it's kind of subjective, is just people that obnoxiously flex their reps, or they try to act like it's the real deal. I see so many people posted up trying to flex with Travis Scott ones or a lot of the off-white shoes, and it's I'm a little judgmental, I guess, for assuming that they are fakes, but sometimes you can just tell when someone is obnoxiously flexing fake shoes, and that is just a little bit annoying. But that pretty much wraps up my video. Let me know what you all think of fakes. If you want to see me try and buy a pair of fakes, definitely leave that down below as well. But until next time, I will see you on the next video.